All right, welcome back to Black Lodge Trivia Night. This is Art, again continuing with the Lord of the Rings Online book quests. Ooh, we made it. We are officially in Moria. Last session we got through Volume 2, Book 1, which was just a bunch of, being frank, a little bit of busy work before we got in here. But now we're in here, and since the last recording, I recorded the last one right before the overhaul was released, so I'm kind of curious to see if it's something I notice. There's a way to turn on, is it? Nope. There's a way to turn on sort of a light source. At some point we might need to know how to do that, but right now we'll see if we can get started on Volume 2, Book 2, and see how it goes. We're looking to talk to Bent Sharp-Eye in the Delvin View, talk to Thetmar in the Descent. Sounds good. I hear. It's Thormoth. So I was saying before, we are at the point where we might start to fall behind in terms of experience again, so I'm hoping that's not the case, but let's see where we're trying to get to. We're in the Great Delving. Now I'm just going to cover that up. We're trying to get to Dolvin. So I think we could just follow this path. Get there. Let's see. I'm going to take this one off. Let's talk to the stable master, just see what's going on. See if anything's actually available. We can get to Dolvin View legitimately, so let's do that instead of cheesing. So I have said in some of the streams before, you can see like this was stunning. You first walk into it and you can't believe you're in Moria. The depiction of it was far beyond anything I could have hoped for. Not that I knew a ton about Moria, but beyond how it was visualized in the movies. But as I've said, playing in Moria, at least on release and definitely before, the times that I've done it, has been a little frustrating for me. So we're hitting the part of the game where, it's kind of like the Matrix, right? The first one's awesome. You're not so sure what's going to happen with the second one, which is, for me, Moria, it's starting to slip a little bit, and then you head out, and the mounted combat for me is Matrix 3. So we'll see if my opinions change at all as we go through the Moria book quests this time. My hope is yes. I don't love the idea of being lukewarm on parts of this game, because I like I said, the first part of it is so good for me that I want it all to be that successful. And so we'll see what the quests are like, because I truly don't remember much of it. And we'll see what the overhaul might bring. Okay, so we're going to go talk to a couple people. We're talking to... At some point I feel like I'm going to be able to muster somewhere in Moria. I just don't know when. Okay. Forward, Book 2, Echoes in the Dark.
Not long fill the halls of Khazad-dûm.
Let me bump this up. There we go. Welcome to the Dolvin View, Black Lodge. As you can see, the Iron Garrison is hard at work making everything ready for our resettlement of the mines. Speak to the people here and help them with their tasks. We must see to our safety before we can push any further into Khazad-dûm. Okay, talk to Bent Sharp-Eye and talk to Thetmar. One of them is here in Dolvin, Bent Sharp-Eye. Oh, that's him. Okay. Let me get rid of this winter seasonal festival thing. Some people are really into this stuff. Like, this is what brings them back potentially if they've been out for a little bit. There's all sorts of stuff that Lord of the Rings does throughout the years, like special quests and parties and things like that. For the people who really enjoy being immersed in Middle Earth, really enjoy that stuff. But since I am a jerk, I don't know if I've actually ever participated. So let's see. So it's saying the next stop on this is to go to the silver. But I feel like, what was this guy telling me to do? He was saying talk to a couple people, but then it didn't bring up those people.
These halls will be great.
The Iron Garrison miners offer valuable rewards that will make you stronger and make your journeys through Middle-earth more convenient. Okay.
The time has come to drive forth the orcs from our kingdom.
The Iron Garrison guards offer many items that are favorable to your class, such as the ability to learn a legendary skill. Okay. Moria has two factions. The Iron Garrison Miners and the Iron Garrison Guards. Each offer their own unique rewards, and each favors their own trinkets and relics that can be collected throughout Moria. As you complete quests, one faction or another will favor you. Be sure to check back. I actually like the idea of, you got the Miners, you got the Guards. I like the idea of factions. It's one of the reasons why I started playing Star Wars Outlaws, and then I haven't gotten back to it too much, but I know that game is just filthy with faction kind of stuff. Okay, so we're trying to get to Deep Descent. So we could do it if we wanted to. We haven't earned it yet. How do we get to the Deep Descent? Okay, so one thing we need to do is we need to get our other mount up. So we're gonna move all this over. And we need to figure out where that is. You know, I was watching some videos and I feel like I saw there was a way to... I thought there was a way to move rows from one bag to another. Don't recall how to do it. It's not terribly important, but I thought it was interesting that you could just sort of drag and drop and make one like giant bag. I don't know if that's like a UI mod or if it's actually built into the interface, but so somehow I gotta get my mounts, and I'm not sure where they are because we have a different mount for being inside Moria. I feel like we should have it. And I just don't know where it would. Skills, house, title, hobby, biography, rep, wallet, the war. What's the war? I guess that's if I've done, oh yeah. The PvP. Okay. Yeah, we definitely need to figure out how to get our mounts, though. Traits. This is something I don't think I've messed with in a little bit. We've got 9 points available. And some points in Warcry. And, Fist Gambits, which I often do Fist Gambits, I think. What do we got here? We got this. What's this? What's this? Tempered spear tips. Physical spear. I do a lot of bleeds. Nope, didn't mean to do that. Let's do this. Got 1 point available. What's over here? Javelin, light damage. Improved ratings from shield gambits. do that because I do have some stuff going on. Okay, so we did that. What do we got going on here? I feel like I should be doing more with these. But, okay, that's for another time. Like I said, the main thing is I need to figure out where my stupid mounts are. It's definitely not an inventory thing, I don't think. Character sheet. I felt like it would be here. Mounts. Here we go. It's under skills, I guess. Okay. So we need Dusky Nimblefoot Goat. You need a goat to navigate Moria. Okay, let's see how this goes. It's been a long while. So I thought I'd be looking for this passage. So I think I'm about to, again, right off the bat, I'm about to go off the rails. So let me go back up. Probably what I should be doing, the smart thing would be just to cheese it and buy non-swift travel passage just to see how it works. Can't tell if the road I'm looking for above, is it this one? Might be this one. This looks better. Okay. Discover the Stone Council. Now, part of what I want to do is, as we go through, like, again, just take it in. It is, I don't know, for my money, it's unbelievable. Truly appreciate the effort that went into designing this part of the world. Okay, so now we're in here, and we've made it to the deep descent. Let's see if we can cut over. We've descent. Let's unlock this. Now we are trying to, let's dismount. Nice. You and me both, goat. This is the guy we're looking to talk to. Thetmar.
The day of the dwarves is coming.
I'm glad you've come to the Deep Descent, Black Lodge. A warden such as you should be able to help my people with many of the tasks that need doing here among the Silver Team loads. We are particularly plagued by the goblins. Gimil, Philic. So talk to Bosi in the Chamber of the Crossroads on Durn's Way. Now you can also see, like, there's Forge Masters. They can help you, like, redo your weapons. You're going to start paying attention to the fact that they're in a lot of different places. Let's see. Am I looking to go back? Yeah, I'm looking to go Chamber of the Crossroads. I feel like that's here. Durn's Way. Okay, so let's get back to Durn's Way.
These halls will be great once more.
Chamber of the Crossroads. Dolphin View. Let's get back to Dolphin. All right. Let's see. We are looking to go. Where are we? Need to get up to Durn's Way. So this is where is the best way to follow this back, go north and over. Is the best way to cut up and bridges. That's what I'm going to try first. Hopefully I get there. It's tough. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be doing with the map. Okay. Let's try it. Oh. All right, it's a good start. Is there anywhere off here? Let's see if, okay, so that's sort of what we're looking at. Okay, so maybe that's what these are, these little parts of the library. As you can see, like right off the bat, I'm not 100% sure how to get down properly. Like I could just jump for it, but I'm trying to figure out what's the right way. Just so I can say I tried. Or I do like an immersion breaking YOLO. This is where I was a second ago. So let me go back a little bit further. Okay, here we go. You have discovered Gazat Moor. Someday I am going to run Moria. Okay, so let's get off of here because I think we're about to start dealing with stuff. Oh yeah, so I turned on a setting. Again, I wish I could find... I'll see if I can remember the name of the video. And it talked about like, hey, there's certain things you should turn on in the UI. Like, whatever that bar was, it tells you basically how much time you have to interrupt it so you're not guessing. So you know if you can figure out finishing your current gambit, you can act. And then there's another gambit that's supposed to be a good opener. Let me see if I can... Nope. That shield slam. That's gonna... Oh, did I make that 6? Is that... Okay. So it's fist, spear, shield, fist, shield. Exaltation of battle. So I think what it does... Let me see if it's gonna damage creature over time, and it's going to heal me a little bit. So if I had more damage, I assume I'd get some ticks of health. And I think the more enemies you take on, the more healing you get. So I think it's supposed to be a good... it's a good opener, but I just never thought of in that regard. I don't really think much. But yeah, it's a good sort of combo to damage them over time while quick fast. So again, I could be picking up quests all over the place. Let's just see what he says. It's probably going to be like kill,
We have little time
destroy
to
food stores.
Great
It's,
events have been set in motion.
what else? Enemies forever.
If we are
Keep
to find
goblins.
Mithril in Khazad-dûm, we
Probably
will
going to
first
kill
have
10
deal
goblins
with
at
the
some point. I
orcs.
probably already killed 4. But yeah, that Exaltation of Battle, you know, lets you open up with some healing and damage over time in one shot. And then you can just focus on, like, you know, the ones that do a lot of damage to an individual target or whatever you want to do. Boar's Rush that damages the whole group. Still trying to get up there, so maybe we have to go across and then we can get... Or maybe not. What am I doing? Oh, maybe that 4 also does healing over time? Sort of stack them? That might be good. Basically, I have 2 speeds. Like, I know the bleed ones pretty well. I know the ones that do a lot of damage to individual targets. And I know the healing. What I don't know are a lot of the fist openers. A lot of the fist gambits to... Because they'll do things like they can... I think Boar's Rush, obviously, I've been getting a little more familiar with. Getting familiar with... But, like, they can sort of attract aggro or shed aggro. I don't know if this is going to count as a goblin. Let me see. 4, 2, 3, 4. Let's see what resolution does. I was wondering if it's sort of stacked. Like, could I do... Is, like... one of those the slightly lesser version, but they both do damage over time and they both heal? As a signature. Okay. We have to... Yes, we do. Okay. Whoop. As you say, I mean, it's not... We're at a good level so far, so we're not running into any trouble. Let's just really quickly, I guess, hand this in.
The time has come to drive forth the orcs from our kingdom.
Okay, so we're going to get, again, variants for our legendary item. Let me just make sure our legendary items are... So this was something I was trying to figure out how to figure out. How do you slot a legendary item? Because I want these things to get... variants for it. And I don't know how to make that work. Is it in my... I don't think it's in my bag. I think once I equip it, it's there. Oh well. Still won't know. At some point I'll have to look that up. Did I... Yeah, so we're going to get legendary item experience and increased reputation with the guards instead of the miners, so we'll take that. Like 10,000? Is that what we got? Okay, so let's see if we can make our way north instead of cutting back down through that crowd. Maybe we have to go back through that crowd. Okay. Again, under some circumstances, I would just... Perfect. So you can see, let's see. Let's try 4, 3, 2, 4 to see if it's a lesser version of that. Seems to be. Yeah, okay. Try this again. Oh, just him. So let's just go all out. Oh. Okay. Now I thought I turned on the thing so that it would tell me what skill I was about to interrupt. And maybe it did and I just didn't notice. So I'm trying to figure out how to get to where I'm trying to go. Do I have to go up and around and then back? Not sure. Let's skip all of this. And I mean, I'll say this, like, thematically, it doesn't bother me that it's such a twisting... Looks like a... Because they're the mines. They are in ruins. They've been overtaken by an enemy force. They are falling apart. They've been in disrepair. It completely makes sense. You've discovered the Dwarf Lord's Gate. That's what we want. Durin's Way. It's just, again, like I can't tell you, like, the first couple of days how much time I spent sort of stopping and staring at the scenery in awe. It's just unbelievable. Let's see what this garrison guide does. You are near to the Chamber of the Crossroads, Black Lodge. It is to the east. So I wonder if this is part of the concessions they made. Like, hey, there's going to be these people now that sort of tell you where you need to go. Here's Uxie. I'm looking for... Western Durin's Way, the Chamber of the Crossroads. Let's unlock this Stable Master just so it's legit.
Return soon to his halls.
And we are looking for OC. I was about to say, who's that? That's another player. Level 95 Hunter. Hanging. Alright. Oh, there's Bosi. Alright.
I have need of your great skill.
Alright, welcome Black Lodge. Oops, sorry, I got some ice in my... Welcome Black Lodge to the Chamber of the Crossroads. This shall be my command center for the time as we establish our presence here in Moria. We will busy ourselves with making ready to restore the mines and cities beneath the mountains. I will never forget the great deeds you have done on behalf of the Iron Garrison. I eagerly await tales of your future achievements. I am ever at your service, and may your feet lead you well in the darkness of Khazad-dûm and beyond.
We must be cautious.
We have established
not lived here for long years.
We've established a presence within Moria, Black Lodge, and will stage further excursions into the depths from this room, the Chamber of the Crossroads. This once served as a guard room for watching the three passages just to the south, but has been empty for many long years. Many creatures have thrived in the darkness during the long absence of dwarves, especially the Gredbig, whatever. Fierce and loathsome insects spawn from. Seek out all varieties of Gredbeg, western levels to the south and west of this chamber, and eliminate them. This will be the first small step in reclaiming the great delving for my people. There's much to be done, before true progress is made. So go kill 12. Doesn't feel, and maybe I'm just misremembering. I just don't recall tons of like go kill 7, collect 5, that kind of stuff. But it is an MMO. You know, and I was talking about this on the Discord. If I can find the. I'm terrible. Obviously, my memory is falling apart. The user, I want to say, is. Let me just double check. Right. Let me see. I'm sorry. NSF. Yeah. We were having a discussion in the Discord. You know, they play a Middle Earth Mud, which they attached a video in the Discord, and I have to say, like, I both at the same time thought it looked really cool and also didn't have any idea what was going on. But I have no familiarity with muds, so that's not surprising that I was sort of lost. But the concept of it seemed really cool. But the interesting thing that came from that discussion was how they described, like, it can be grindy. Like, they were watching the videos that I've been putting up and mentioned, I think, if I'm remembering this correctly, and I apologize if I'm misremembering, that there were things about this that seemed grindy. And that is absolutely true. And then the interesting thing is, you know, they mentioned that in the mud, again, if I'm remembering this correctly, I don't want to mischaracterize what was said, but Like, it might be a little grindy as well, but in the mud they never mind. And I was saying how I also don't mind in this particular game when it gets a little grindy, for the most part. And for my money, I think that's setting. And I've said things of that variety, I think probably a dozen times, but the setting is so compelling to me that I'm willing to, you know, put up with mediocre MMO gameplay. I think this is one of the things we have to, it's one of the things we have to kill. Yeah, okay. And what I interpreted what NSF was saying was that for them, the Middle-earth mud what was their jam, right? Like, you know, yeah, like maybe it is grindy, maybe it's not, I don't know, because I like it so much and I've been playing it for years. But I feel like both of us have... I don't think I can go down there. Both of us, to me, it felt like both of us had that game. And the thing that sort of drew us both to it, I feel like, was the setting and how strongly it captured the feel of Middle-earth for each of us in our own way. So anyway, appreciate it, NSF, checking out these videos and jumping on the Discord and, you know, posting that video of the mud, which let me see if I can find the name of it. If I can find the video. I'm not gonna die if I let this go for a minute. Okay. And I hope, you know, they posted a video of the mud, and, you know, I hope if there's more to come, that would be great. It's called SMOB video. I'll see if I can remember the link this video. The video is called "Shut Up and SMOB Moria 1 Gulag." So it's two players. It sounds like they, you know, dive through Moria and they talk about strategies while they play. That's part of why I found it fascinating. Again, part of why I didn't understand it on some level. But at the end of the day, I'm down for people talking about RPGs that they are passionate about, whether it's a RPG or a tabletop one, even if I don't always quite understand what's being said. That's okay. There's an Iron Garrison guide. Let me see what that gentleman would say. Great delving is treacherous for the unwary. Are you seeking the Chamber of the Crossroads? It's to the northwest. Anyway. Part of why I don't know if I'm going to recall what's changed, and I wish I could, because I'm curious how much of this can actually be salvaged in a sense, like how... Drop journal. Salvage is a strong word, but you know what I mean, I hope. Like, how much of this is... Like, I find this area to be really frustrating to navigate. What, the measures that are in place, I wish I could recall which ones are new. Do they solve it? Do they help at all? That's kind of the idea. Because to the northwest, I guess, yeah, so it's telling you to go this way. And as you can see, like, you know, Supreme Prospector. So we're getting to the point where you need to be really up there with your crafting skills, which I have not focused on at all. You know, I was watching an Aubrey the Weird One video, and she was mentioning she was going to dial her LOTRO play back a bit. So all I say to that is line them up and watch them fall, baby. No, not really. I kind of get it. Like, I feel like it's got to be a tough thing, which is why I don't do it. there's people that love a specific thing, and then you give them, and they just want to consume it in any fashion. Like, like her. I think you could argue, and I don't think, like, a lot of content creators, say for Lord of the Rings Online, they, they'll give you like class guides, or they'll tier rank classes, or like, it's not like they're each doing something radically different, but the people just love the game so much and they want to consume the content and spend time in online communities that share that passion, right? At the same time, like, at some point you're just like, holy cow. Like, I think I might be ready to mix it up. Like, when I sit there and like I've streamed leveling almost every single class, and I've done legendary servers, and then I've done, at some point it's just like, God, how much more can I do? Like, there's got to be, and I think I've heard that from a number of content creators, but more specifically with Dark Souls and Soulsborne creators are just like, man, the people love this stuff, but at some point, like, if I do another challenge run, I'm going to go insane. I've got to find something else to be able to play, but, then you have to worry about, like, what's going on with the numbers, which, thank God nobody watches these, so I don't have to worry about that. So most of the way there, hopefully I can just mop up a few more. Where am I going on the map? They're telling me I need to go deeper into the other map, and I guess I've just been sort of skimming the surface, hoping not to go too far. But anyway. And maybe I'll see things differently in a couple of months when I lose my job or whatever. I'll be like, oh shit, I gotta move those numbers. But for now, no, the reality is if that happened, I would just go work at Target. I would be like, shit, now I'm all in on streaming. It's like, that's not a thing. But yeah, so I sort of see where they're, feels like a double-edged sword, right? You know who else I might have heard? It's like the stream professor whose name I can't think of. He was talking about how he was all in doing something and then just burned out. And I can tell you that that's part of the reason why we here at Black Lodge Trivia Night are not going to, even if it's to the detriment of, like, because some people have said, like, hey, I found your channel because of such and such a game. And then I realized, like, somebody specifically said this, I think. I don't know if it was in a stream. Maybe it was NSF when I was doing the Dark Souls and chat stream that I got to be part 2 of. But, whoever it was, and I apologize, but I do believe it was NSF. They said, like, I found your channel because of the One Ring solo playthrough. And again, I feel terrible. I'm mixing up who said it. So I am sincerely sorry if I have this wrong. Yeah. But the point is that, I did a couple of sessions of the One Ring and haven't done it since. And there's a part of me that would love to get back to it, but there's also, a million other games. And we are definitely never going to be able to have an attention span that lasts very long about anything. And we'll come back to stuff. But by design, we are looking to play a metric ton of game. And put those actual plays up. So that's why, like, we might be a little all over the place, but my hope is that we never get bored. But I do understand that that might mean, like, if somebody's coming here for a very specific game, they'll probably be able to get it and bounce for a long while. We hope they stick around because, you know, hopefully there's other stuff, or if they want to chat with people, like I said, on the Discord. We got to a game together with Dragon Bay. There's nothing stopping people from like, hey, you know, like I came here for the One Ring. I want to run it. Is there anybody here on the Discord that wants to jump in for a one shot and see what you think? You know, and that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So I need one more of these stupid things. But yeah, so Louis 7's down. Aubrey the Weird One is slowing down. Not slowing down MMO content. I don't want to misrepresent what I believe she said in her video. But not focusing so much on Lord of the Rings Online. I don't know if there's... I don't know what... Well, and also like real life. You know, focusing on real life as well was part of her video. And I honestly, I don't know what happened to Louis 7. I don't know if he moved on to other games or just backed off of streaming. Then there was like Bright Life guy, who I think I mentioned before, and you know, he just has like a dozen kids and a ton of work, so I get it. Maybe my goal should be become like the Skyrim grandma. Just have to make it to retirement if I can afford it. Or at least just stream when I'm not doing shifts at Target. Dwarf Lord's Gate. Yeah, the reason why like I half joke about that is I do contracts, long-term contracts for a company that's about to undergo like a merger, and leaves a lot up in the air. You're not quite sure what's happening. Get into a merger, and there's already been a lot of changes at the company I work at, and seems like a lot of changes left yet to come. And you know, we'll have to see what that means. But it's enough to, and I can't be the only one, keeps you up a little bit at night. So, and that is never a great feeling. So, you know, hopefully we'll see how it goes, and hopefully it all works out for, I was about to say something dumb. Hopefully it all works out for everyone. That's always what I always hope, is that everyone is okay. Obviously, because I'm not a monster. And I know that's not going to be 100% true. It hasn't been true for a number of people already. And I consider myself fortunate so far, but, you know, you can only be fortunate sometimes for so long. And just, it'll be interesting to see what happens. This is the guy who informed me to go to the right. I'm going to skip using some coins for a little bit just because I do not recall exactly how to get around. Okay, here's Bosie.
You have done well, friend.
Good work. You are ever a friend if you are ever a friend at need, and I am at your soap. Hey, oh, okay. Let's finish later. Sure. The Wendy's. Okay, here we go. Now let's talk to him again.
You have done well, friend.
I am at your service. You continue to impress me with your inextinguishable fervor toward our cause.
Records and histories of Moria will aid us, if you can find them.
Let's see. The Gredbig were a dreadful hazard. And despite your efforts, they will undoubtedly return in time, but we cannot spend overlong dealing with a minor threat. So you can't put into the text that it was a waste of time. You know what I mean? Like, if it were me and I was writing the results of this quest, I'd be like, hey, you know what? Like, every little bit helps. Every creature, every one of these things we get rid of is another 6 inches of whatever it is. To wholly wipe them out would involve resources beyond what I can provide. We must turn now to other matters. Defend ourselves from the returning Gredbig wherever we must. What I truly desire above all else is a chance to look at records and histories from the old days. Who knows what secrets lie untold beneath the dust? Pages, tablets, and tomes to be found throughout the caverns of Moria. There should be storehouses located within the Great Delving of Moria, and they are thus named the Chamber of Knowledge, the Chamber of Wisdom, and the Chamber of Deep Thought. Find these storehouses within the Great Delving and search them all for records of the old days. Return to me when you have found something from each area. I think the other thing, which this is just me spitballing, I'm sure this is not technically possible. It's not something I actually think anybody would do, but you know what I thought would have been interesting? Is if there was a way to... Let's back up a little bit. We're in Moria. Let's put this over here. So right off the bat, basically, I wish it was possible for MMOs to be more dynamic, which is why it's just a dumb thing to wish. But like right off the bat, basically, all of Moria is populated. And I get from a mechanical point of view why that's the case. I wish there was a way to like actually reclaim it in gameplay. I don't know how you would do that. It's just me, again, farting out an idea and insert card, make it so meme, and voila. But I do wish there was a way that you could have sort of clawed your way through, and as you did, like the next forward base would open, and then the next forward base would open. And they do something, I think, somewhat dynamic in Rohan. I think there's a quest, I don't know if it's a story quest or just a general quest, where you like rebuild a town. And so maybe they started to piece together these ideas as they went along. But that's just, I don't know, that's just something that jumped out at me when I play this. I wish that there was a way to sort of claw your way back. Because as you see, like we're starting here and we just got in. So this is where the activity should be, right? It should be right here. But you know, the 21st Hall is a massive area. Like, I don't know. Anyway, so we're looking to get back down to Great Delving. So what I'm going to do is find the Stable Master, because I think we've earned this route. We're looking Great Delving. We want to go to the Dolven View. Okay. Swift travel this one. Let's find out who we got to talk to. Okay, so I think now we got to sort of seek out those like library structures. Okay. Let's sell some business to this provisioner. And let's take a look at this white hand. Let's just see what the quest is. Defeat the White Hand Lieutenant. Gonna get a weapon we don't need. Pants are pretty good though. That could be pretty good. I'll take it for now and just see what happens.
If Doran's Bane lives still, we will destroy it and make of it a standard to terrify our foes.
Okay, so Gambit Builder damage. I wonder if this is a thing where, like, if you do like a 3-level Gambit, 4-level Gambit, 5-level Gambit, maybe they stack and this adds to it. Let me save that for now. Mark of the Fellowship. Again, I think I'm going to hold on to the other one because it gives me a boost to experience, and I'm going to need that since I'm not questing as much as I probably should be. This is like a buff for hope, which can be used against like certain super evil enemies, which is probably useful, but Iron Garrison Guards. I feel like I should be paying more attention to this. So let me lock that just so I don't. Minor Essence of Vitality. Socket, Basic Essence. So I lock that in place. If I knew how to do anything with my weapons, I would probably be able to slot that and get a little bonus to Vitality. I'm going to hold on to that just because I feel like at some point I'm going to be able to get that quest. Okay. Let's go see if we can get to these chambers. Now, last time I got confused. You got to go backwards to go forwards. Here we go. This might be one. Chamber of Knowledge, okay. I overshot the other one, so I'm going to have to go back. Find some withered pages within the strong box. The script is still legible. You know what, while I'm here, let me just get across and over and take care of the last one. Okay, let's see what happens. I have a feeling this is going to be a bridge that's going to keep us from getting where we want to go. I feel like where I want to go is over there. On some level, so I feel like I need to get back. I respect that goat noise when it's signing off. I don't know if I got that interrupt off. Gazat Moor. Eat the White Hand Lieutenant. Let me take this guy out. Stack some bleeds. Let that do most of the work. Then just pile on the damage. There we go. Not even sure this is going to get me where I want to go. So once I kill this soldier... Oh, maybe I cut back and over. Maybe that's it. No? Not even close? Wait, what's this? That's Wiggum. Let me take this one off just to make sure. Oh, I thought there was another one. Okay, let's go speed run back to Wiggum. Not really Wiggum, I guess it's Wig Fast, but Wiggum is better.
The shadow of Mordor will not long fill the halls of Khazad-dûm.
White Hand Mark and an enemy Uruk leading it all? That is strange news, and I'm not sure what to make of it, but it sounded like an altogether disagreeable affair. I am glad you put a stop to it, Black Lodge. We want that pants. What's this? Used to select a rare piece of might-based armor. I don't know. I don't know if that's the wrong... if I should have been going for that might-based armor, but I'm going to take the pants for now. If I can find them. There we go. Dusty pages. There's a lot of quest items popping up here. Blacksmith Ungli demonstrated a plan for a new weapon today. Such a plan would have anyone else laughed from the court, but he has trust of Durin, and any demands he makes are greeted with affection and all the resources he might desire. Had I such patronage, I too might create works of such beauty and weapons of such might. The latest child of this largesse, an axe made entirely of mithril, so light it might be wielded one-handed even by a child of 50. So sharp that it might cut through all things with a single sweep. Ziggelberg. We should probably workshop. Nope, we're going to go with the first. Got it. It will be called, and it is the will of Durin that a special group of forges shall be built solely for its making. Even more insult, Ungli has always coveted his privacy, and the door to these forges will be hidden, only open through some trick. The trick will be recorded in Katub Zahar, but that does me little good. I will not be given access to these forges, and my labors will continue to pale in comparison with these of Ungli. A curse upon the head of Ungli and his secret forge and the mithril axe he will make there. May his works come to nothing, and his name never be remembered. Rothi. Okay. This quest chapter 2. Not quite sure. Okay. Sounds interesting. Again, like, don't sleep on all the side quests. Some of them could be quite interesting side stories, but okay. So what I was trying to do, oh yeah, I was destroy food stores. I'm not going to do that. So now we need to figure out how to find our way back. You know, I just put up the first session of my let me figure out where this item is. Mark of the White Hand. I'm looking, it's like got a green, but there it is. Using that has no effect. Okay. I just put up my first session of whatever I'm going to do playing Ultima 5. And it was a bit of a technical disaster. I got to tell you, I don't know if fate was trying to tell me like, hey, brah, you should try something else. But like, I recorded the first part, but I've been trying to record the first part for ages. I never got the chance. And then, you know, I get a little bit down, and then I mentioned this on the Discord. I've been having a lot of weird sort of technical issues. Like, weird things have been going on with my USB ports on my motherboard. I was having trouble going the wrong way. I'm hoping I can go this way to get up some stairs. Anyway, so and I've also been having trouble with my Procaster, my Rodecaster Pro 2. And so I saw there was a new firmware update. I'm like, okay, maybe this will solve some of my issues. I don't know what happened. Last time I updated the firmware, I lost all of my settings because I forgot to record them as like a save as a show. Okay, so I think I'm going to be blocked. I want to go down south further. Yeah, I just, you know, I lost all my settings, so you know, and I couldn't, you know, as I probably said before, like, I have real trouble getting the SM70 to sound decent. I thought I had found a way to make it sound decent, and I lost that setting, and because of how the Rodecaster Pro 2 is, like, some settings are called, like, you know, oral exciter, you know, so you're kind of like, I don't know what exactly that means. I think I want to keep going south and then cut west. So now I'm going to start doing shady stuff. Breaking legs. Snapping femurs, baby. So yeah, I never quite got it right again. It didn't match exactly because, again, there's certain settings that are a bit nebulous. You know, it's not like you can set, you know, this frequency to this cut to this, you know, it's like the oral exciter is around this frequency. It's, you know, just sort of giving a little zhuzh. In my mind, as somebody who doesn't understand how any of this works. Right above me? That's my fear, is it's right above me. So, which eventually just made me like, screw this. You know, and then I got rid of my SM70. So yeah, so I updated the firmware, and I don't know what it did. If it like all my settings were still there, and this time I had saved them as a show. I guess that's how you. Anyway, but so then I updated the firmware. I don't know But it sounded like, for some reason, like the noise gate was going apeshit. And I don't know why. Do not know why. So it's a little frustrating. And it was because, again, I've been trying to get all this recorded. And I was like, do I redo it? But I'm like, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. Like, I just, you know, I want to get started. I'm really excited to play this. Why is this so hard? I was like, you know what? Most of it's audible enough, and I'll leave it up. And because at some point, like, I already had to redo part of it once because you know, my throat starts to go, and then I mute because I start coughing, and then I forget to unmute, or I think I hit the mute button to undo it, but it doesn't register, and it becomes a whole thing. So, and so at some point, it's like, if I redo this the third time, like, what I did is I just chose a different path. I didn't do the same thing. I'm like, let me just find a different way to go. And so it's not me just pretending like I didn't just do this 5 minutes ago. So I'm kind of curious to see where this goes. Let's see. I never thought I'd see so many creeping things in Moria. Not sure why you'd be surprised. Let's find the stable master. That's sort of who I'm looking for. Anyway, it's been a lot getting that off the ground. And I think I've got my audio to sound normal again, so I'm hoping that's the case. Where am I trying to go, actually, before I go jumping off? I'm trying to go to Durin's Threshold. So let's actually fast travel back, and then I'll make my way over. I know it's sort of overdoing it a little bit, but it might be a little easier.
The shadow of Mordor,
Durin's Threshold Swift. Okay, so pulling into Durin's Threshold, and a little how the sausage gets made. There was an edit that just went by, so I'm not recording on the same day that I was recording on the previous ramblings. I usually try and make it as seamless as possible, but I wanted to go into something really quickly because of what I had to do, not had to do, but what I was doing between the two sessions. I was talking about a lot of the technical issues I was having, and so I decided, you know what, I'm going to reinstall Windows. It's sort of the nuke it from orbit. It's the only way to be sure option, but I was like, let's do that. And, you know, we'll see how much of this stuff we can fix. I did it, and I have to confess, I have completely forgotten how hard it is to install Lord of the Rings Online on modern Windows 11 machines. I have 2 computers with Lord of the Rings Online installed. Both gave me issues. My secondary, smaller computer, it was easier, but it wasn't just click it and go. This machine, it was a nightmare. And there's guides on forums. They've made videos that show you like a 6-step process, but each step has sub-steps within it where you have to install 6 different installs before you install the game, and you have to turn off your virus protection. You have to disable firewalls. You have to potentially shorten the name of the... Well, there's a lot of steps involved if you're having trouble getting Lord of the Rings Online back up and running. And so in earlier sessions, I've talked about how, like, oh, they were scheduled to do like a 4K UI kind of stuff. There's this game, and I hope it's clear that I love this game. Like, I clearly love this game, and it's the game I've spent more time playing than basically anything else from my gaming library, probably almost ever. But it really needs to clean up the duct tape and bubblegum that sometimes it feels like is holding this whole thing together. And I know that doesn't generate, you know, immediate revenue the way you know, the free-to-play store does, or selling a new expansion. I get that. But at some point, the structure sort of holding parts of this together, like if you don't have a 4K UI interface, you know, games going like this game is eventually, like, monitors are all going to be 4K. And there's probably enough out there right now that it might stop somebody from playing it. I did not play this game for a while when I had 4K monitors. And you got to be able to install it. You have to be able to install the game by clicking and going. I don't claim to be a programmer. I don't know how hard it would be to get into the guts and redo things. But when you have the things that I see in this game, I'm like, eventually you're just going to be subsiding on the people that are already in. It's going to be tougher to get new gamers into this game if, you know, they have, say, a 4K gaming rig and all of a sudden they're looking at a UI that they can't read. Or even before that, if they click the installer and it starts to load and just disappears after entering their name and password and saying, yes, I do have a DirectX 11 graphics card. And then having to spend like 3 hours on forums watching, you know, reading through steps, watching YouTube videos, you know, uninstalling and reinstalling a 40 gig download over and over if it doesn't work the first time, trying the Steam version, or if that doesn't work, going back to it was such a stupid process that I have not experienced with any other game in a really long time. And again, like I said, like, I love this game and I want it to succeed, but like, you have to be able to reliably, and I'm sure not everyone has this experience, but enough people have it so that, again, there's like detailed forum posts explaining step by step. The guy then turned it into a YouTube video to help explain it. And then even then, you're not 100% sure which one fixed it, which one didn't. It's just, so in my process, I download the game, I install, I have pretty decent internet, so it doesn't take like days to do it, but it takes, you know, to download, patch, it takes a little while, and then it doesn't work. So then you have to uninstall. And then I was like, oh, right, there's tricks to installing this game. So then I go to the forum post and I run through the 6, you know, program installations, reinstalling like DirectX from like 2004 or something and 2010, both of them. Oh, maybe that's the C++, C++ redistributable execute. I don't even know. And then, you know, so getting all that pre-installed, then disabling your Windows firewall, disabling your virus protection, you know, then trying to install the game again. That doesn't work. And they're like, oh yeah, just try deleting this INI file. That didn't work. Uninstall it again. Try the Steam install it. It's just like, I think I installed the game 3 or 4 times to have like a fresh starting point to run through these steps. And again, I can't tell you which one actually worked. For a while, I was getting it to freeze on initializing instead of just completely disappearing. But then all of a sudden that stopped, and I didn't know. While I was trying to troubleshoot initializing, it just stopped entirely and went back to disappearing. I mean, like, the only people who are going to install this game are the people who like already really love it, or I don't know how you convince somebody to overcome that barrier of entry if they're new. And anyway, that's my rant. And again, I love this game, so I don't want it to come across as like me just dunking on it. You know, what are we on, part 20, 21? I have no idea. I've been playing it for dozens and dozens of hours on this run. But my God, like, at some point, I feel like there has to be some kind of financial viability, not viability, but incentive to want to do this, like to get the 4K UI up and running, to get, I don't even know, like, why is this doing this? To, you know, however, you need to clean up the install process so that it's not a process, right? It's just what people expect from a modern day game. I don't, you would hope that maybe it allows accessibility to enough new players that it makes it worth it and allows this game to keep going for a long, long time. I don't need prettier graphics. I just need it to, not just me. I wish it would just work a lot more seamlessly on modern systems, both from a technical behind the scenes installation process and the UI. So anyway, enough about that. Back to chapter 2 here in Moria. Again, this is, so I apologize for that. Again, this is a different day. So I know I was rambling about my other technical issues. Most of them seem to be solved, but the Riverside stuff is not, and I just gave up. A lot of the other stuff is working well, and it probably was not necessary to reinstall Windows, but it was good to.
Now wait a moment.
It was good to have a reason to like have a clean start. Like, my OBS had turned into a giant mess of just like, because when you don't know what you're doing for the first time, you just sort of stumble through it. And then, so I cleaned that up. I didn't clean it up. It was just a race. So I rebuilt it, simplified it, stuff like that. So it's definitely a lot more better. It's a lot smoother. It's a lot more cleaned up. So I'm happy to have done that. Excellent, Black Lodge. These records and histories are very old and probably harbor many ancient secrets. They are sure to be tremendously valuable. Bosi examines each of the records in turn, and his face falls somewhat as he reads. Records of goods bought and sold, inventories of iron and other metals. These are of some interest, to be sure, but Bosi trails off and then brightens. Wait a moment, Black Lodge. You might have something here after all. Okay, so I get to choose symbol of deep thought, symbol of knowledge, or a symbol of wisdom. So you can see it looks like they're all things that give you like a bonus to vitality, parry ratings, resistance, bonus to vitality. Again, what it's going to keep me from doing though is getting that plus 25. What I think of the three, I think I would take this wisdom one. It seems to have the most bonuses, even though the vitality is not quite as high.
Forged at the heart of fire.
These pages mention something curious indeed, Black Lodge. An axe made entirely of mithril, light enough to be wielded one-handed, but strong enough to fell any foe or rend any armor with a single sweep. Ziggelberg it was called, and it appears to have been forged in Durin's time by one called Ongli. I've not heard that name before. How can it be that one so skilled would not be remembered in legend? There is more to be learned on these pages. Could it be that Ziggelberg might yet be found? My son Bori has been racked by grief ever since Broin was slain before the doors of Durin. Bring him these pages and tell him of Ziggelberg. It will do him well to have other thoughts upon which to brood. Go up the stairs on the eastern side of the chamber and through the doors into the chamber of command. My son Bori is there, and Brogur also. All right. Anyway, I didn't mean to complain too much, but it was a very frustrating process. And again, I have absolutely zero expertise, so I'm just talking out of my ass, but it feels like something you have to solve. Yeah, I don't know. I get that this game is, at the time of this recording, 17 years old, and then maybe a little more, but and I get that, World of Warcraft has much higher resources at its disposal, there are games from, I feel like, that era of this style that install cleaner and support 4K. Alas, that Broyne is not here, Black Lodge. This is just the sort of adventure he would have relished. Still, I may be able to help you through, though my heart will not be in it. It seems that the dwarf who sought to forge Ziggelberg relished his privacy, and by the grace of Durin he was given a secret forge at which to work. These pages do not reveal the location of the forge, but they do mention a trick of some sort that would open the door. The nature of this trick is lost, but the pages indicate that it was recorded at Katub Zahar, the word hoard of Durin. Katub Zahar was once supposed to be on the eastern side of the Great Delving, somewhere north of the great statue of Durin. I'm sorry, but there's little else with which to guide you. Find the location, return to me, and perhaps I can unravel some more of the mystery. All right. Let's head out and see what's up. All right, I was trying to guess, like, is it better to go, like, stable master my way down to the other map, or is it better to just run it from here? Let's just try running it from here. I'm sure I'll get lost, turned around, all the usual. I will say, as much as I complain about having trouble navigating, I think you do eventually figure it out. So at one point I thought this had something to do... Okay, so I did a little research when I was having that spinning before. Like, why would it do that? Well, let me see if there's a key mapping. I went through here, and I totally forgotten about it until just a second ago. I was like, oh, wait a minute. I think I looked this up. I think there's the V key is the default. And I think what it does is it sort of auto-tracks your target. If I have that right. And there's a chance that maybe at one point I turned that on. It's not really worth digging through, but so when I just hit the V key, it stopped spinning. So I'm going to see if that's actually what I did or if it's just coincidence. And I don't want to complain too much about, oh, rare elite. What are we looking at? 16. I don't want to complain too much about navigating this area because, again, like, it is stunning. Just stunning. I don't know where I'm to. The broken plaque is faded, but still reads Katub Zahar. I'm gonna grab this. Probably won't do it. I'm curious. The papers are full of runes you do not recognize, translated into the common tongue. Means nothing to you, but time to murder. All right, so the new one I was working on was, let's see, fist, spear, shield, fist, shield. Gets you exaltation of battle, which again does damage over time and heals. It's a good opener. Again, let's see if I can remember the video where I saw that. Chances are I will not remember. So I apologize to the content creator who mentioned that tip. All right, let's talk to Bori. Yeah, I don't know if other people feel this way. Like when I do like a clean install of Windows and like all the, because I know like years of garbage have been installed, uninstalled. You know, I try and keep the system maintained over time, but you know, it's just everyday use. Like, you know, you have 4 versions of a program because it saves the old one, and like just like restore points you don't need anymore. I don't know if it's just psychosomatic, but it feels like things get a little snappier. And I say that, you know, like, I don't think you need to. I don't think reinstalling Windows is the thing that it used to be. I think it used to really be something you needed to do every once in a while. I feel like Windows 11 has kept the odd numbered, sort of like the Star Trek movies with even numbers, like the odd numbered versions are
I think
good.
you have found the answer, friend.
Windows XP, then Windows 7, then Windows 11. Well, I guess there's 8 and 10. Yeah, no, the odd numbers, 11. You found the location of Katub Zahar, the word horde of Durin? I'm deeply impressed. It is a shame that your report tells of a great infestation of deep claws and cave claws. I hope the beasts have not ruined too many of the records and histories kept in that place. It seems that Ongli, the great craftsman who may have forged Ziggelberg, was very protective of his privacy. Durin granted him a secret. Okay. These pages do not mention the location of Nar Kalab, but they do say that the trick to opening the way was kept in Katub's. Didn't I just do that? Okay. If we can find both the location of the Heart of Fire and the secret to opening its doors, it could be that Ziggelberg will return to us from the darkness. I will ask the other dwarves of our expedition if they have come across any sign of Nar Kalab. Perhaps someone has encountered some clue, though I am not hopeful. You must return to Katub Zahar, the word horde of Durin, and search for the secret opening to the door. Oh, the secret to opening the door, sorry. The deep claws you found will not make it easy, but you are strong enough to deal with them. Katub Zahar is on the eastern side of the Great Delving. Okay. It's like Ziggelberg is like, you know, it's an old Woody Allen movie. I know he's, you know, fallen on, his reputation is shot, et cetera, et cetera. And even before that, a lot of people just don't like his movies. But there was a one movie, because thinking of Ziggelberg, the name of this legendary axe, where there was like some bad guy in one of his movies, and he goes, "And someday the world will tremble in fear at the name of Sidney Applebaum." Sort of like that's the vibe I'm getting from like Ziggelberg. Legend has it of an axe so powerful, and its name, Ziggelberg. One of the things, I was reinstalling and getting everything up and running. I gotta say, with the last couple of versions, I don't know which version of OBS, they're, they have like this beta MP4 file format that allows you to add chapter markers to it on the fly. And it used to be really inaccurate, so I had to use a secondary plugin to back it up. And I could sort of see how far they were off. Like I'd press them both at roughly the same time, and one would be like 40 seconds later. It's gotten much more accurate to the point where I have been able to not reinstall the backups that I was using. So I was happy to see that. progressing. So yeah, I feel like now the markers hit exactly where I punch it in, and it completely stands on its own. So now what I'd like is for, I don't know how possible this is, but for, what was I going to say? Okay, so this spear. I think I got that, yeah. For them to get that into the NV1, if that's the right name for it, Codex. Not just MP4. Although, again, this was a few versions ago, I was having some trouble with DaVinci Resolve and AV1, sorry, AV1 Codex, not NV1. So, anyway, I wonder if the last couple of versions have cleaned that up. Guess I should... What I'm trying to remember is the one that hits both. Boar's Rush. That's not it. There we go. All right. Okay, so it's just murder deep claws. Okay. Oh, my combo is a total mess because there were some leftover ones that didn't fire off. So he was level 57, whatever class he was. I didn't quite catch that. I wonder if he's on the same quest or it's just coming back here after some time, or am I just really early, or... I'm level 51, and I know I have not been really side questing unless absolutely necessary, but... Search through the foul-smelling nest, but find nothing useful. Looks like a captain. Yeah, captain. I should have been able to guess that from having a sidekick. No, it looks like they're in a kinship together. Ultima Alliance. I'm not gonna. I mean, I already. As I say, I'm not gonna try and butcher the pronunciation, but too late. Nothing useful. So it's still spinning, even though, or it's. So one of the issues I was having, I think I mentioned my USB ports. I don't know if there's something up with my keyboards, or if it's that my keyboards are plugged into USB hubs and that's causing issues. But a lot of weird stuff. And they're both Keychron, which has not been. I've loved them so far. But on the more mechanical one, I think the left control button seems to have stopped working, and I think that's independent of anything. It doesn't matter what I plug it into. And it's not that old of a keyboard. And then I have the one I actually really like is their like low profile keyboard. It's similar to like the Logitech MX style keyboards. That one was having a lot of disconnections and this spinning. Again, but if it's... So I should see if that happens when it's not plugged in. I could do that right now, actually. Just a second. I have 3 computers at my desk, which is stupid. So I need a setup that will allow me to connect all 3. I liked the idea of having it wired, but maybe Bluetooth is going to have to be good enough. Okay, let me swap this plug. Now this is... Well, no, it's not directly plugged in now that I think about it. I was going to say it's not going through a USB switch, but it is going through my Elgato Stream Deck, which is a USB hub. So we'll see if it makes any difference. Had a lot of bad luck with USB hubs. And I thought I had it straightened out. I don't know why. I've had bad luck with hubs. So it looks like it's giving me that like timer bar when it's they're getting ready to dig. I don't know if I can interrupt that. Doesn't seem to have the same sort of glowing circle around it for like an interruptible action. You know what? Let's can I go stealth mode? Where's stealth? I lost track of where I put it on my careful step. Let's use all the tools in the toolbox. Okay, so that didn't matter. It's still doing that. One thing I'm kind of curious about, I genuinely don't know. Are there like... So part of what I love about Moria, you know, in the parts I remember the storyline is this kind of thing, right? It's, you know, you unearth the ancient library and you need the bits of knowledge and lore. And, you know, the history is, again, like, you know, history and the world itself has the power. And so you're trying to unearth that power. You're finding these ancient libraries. And it's all dwarvish, but are there areas in Middle-earth like this for the elves? That's what I'm curious about. And maybe Lord of the Rings Online explores that at some point. So yeah, again, like I didn't touch anything. Just started firing off. Okay, still nothing? Yeah, I don't... How many more we have? Is it just the one over here? I wonder if it's sort of set up like... If there's a way to be like, it's the last one, no matter what. Like, if I were to do it in reverse order, would it matter? Whoops. Whoa, the guy just knocked. Hoping to get this guy involved in the fight. Take them both out at once. Buried within the nest, you discover rotting pages that mention Nar Kelab. Am I going the right way? No. And you know, when I'm talking about it, like how impressive, like it's all this impressive visually. Like there's no, for me at least, the times that I've run around different areas, there's no area I'm just like, nah. Like they're all striking in its scope. Is, you know, even if I get frustrated trying to navigate it. And so I was watching. So, you know, going back to my whining earlier, whinging, whatever the right word is. I always said whining, but I was watching like one of Aubrey the Weird One's videos, and it was just, I don't know if it was like a short, but it was talking a little bit about the 2025 Lord of the Rings roadmap. And I think in the first quarter she mentioned there's going to be some updates. I don't know what the updates entail, but I hope when they describe that kind of thing, it talks about the under the hood stuff that I was whining about. You know, they're going to get, I think I took a wrong turn. Chamber of the Crossroads is Northern Passage. You know, I think they're, you know, hopefully getting 64-bit servers on the back end. You know, that's a worthy, that has to be done, right? So there's a lot of things that have to be done in that regard. And I hope at some point cleaning up the installation process to make it a lot more foolproof is part of that. And then, you know, she was also saying that I think, you know, it's the normal, there's going to be some skirmishes, there's going to be, I might have overshot. But then again, I think she mentioned at the end of next year, they're looking to, there's going to be a raise in the level cap. But I think she then mentioned that there's going to be a, another expansion coming out at the end of 2025. So I'll be curious to see how they keep that going, because obviously I understand that that's going to be a revenue generator, but also, you know, story-wise, they are past the event of the Lord of the Rings trilogy by some margin, so I don't know, I'm just curious to see how they keep the story going. Assuming I, you know, live that long to get to the end of it. It's so much to do. And I'm not like obviously a full-time player of this. You know, I try and alternate with other RPGs. You know, the main point obviously is the tabletop stuff.
This must be it. The secret to accessing the Heart of Fire.
This looks very promising indeed, Black Lodge. Let me see what I can learn from these pages. Many of the words are faded, and the parchment is rotten. Curse these deep claws and their cave claws that nest now in Katub Zahar. Use of this secret to opening the door seems to be punishable by death or imprisonment. Blacksmith Angli could approve entry, as could Durin, of course. I cannot make out the next line, but here we go. The door will be hidden until the following steps are taken. This word must be Angli, which means that he must be hailed as a master blacksmith, or congratulated for his fine works. or saluted. I think. And then these words are to be spoken. Bab Kanan Zohuk. This is at Black Lodge. There we go, level 52. Okay, we now have the secret to opening the doors to the Heart of Fire, but not the location of the doors themselves. This is a frustrating turn. Speak to my Uncle Brogur about this, if you would. He is as busy as usual organizing our efforts here within Moria, but he may have some idea that has eluded our consideration. Brogur is wise and has a great store of knowledge in that old head of his. I'd be very happy to have him giving thought to this adventure as well, for his input is certain to be valuable. Okay. Chapter 5, Half a Riddle, collected the rotting pages.
I do not have time for riddles. There's too much to be done.
My nephew has told me of this wild goose chase, Black Lodge. How can we be certain that Nar Kalab, this Heart of Fire, ever existed at all? We would have heard tales of such a forge, surely. And Ziggelberg, an axe made entirely of mithril? Ludicrous. This would surely have been featured in many of our tales before now, as all dwarves would sing its praise until the end of time. You would have better luck catching a wild red-horned goat than you would finding this ridiculous forge. This, air quotes for passive-aggressive emphasis, secret to opening the door that you have recovered is nothing more than a mad dwarf's mutterings.
I have had an idea. What if the goblins have found a Heart of Fire?
Let's pivot. I'm all in. You will always have my respect for what you did before the doors of Durin, avenging my poor son with your excellent weapon, but I must be honest with you. I believe you are wasting your time. As long as you will be trespassing around in the dark looking for the Flight of Fancy forge, you might as well accomplish something worthwhile, Black Lodge. There seems to be a large goblin presence among the Silvertine Lodes far to the south and below the Great Delving. As long as you are searching for this fabled Heart of Fire, you may as well slay goblins while you do it, especially the ones that have moved into Gamil Falik, the Elder Mine. The goblins are many, and bringing an ally or two might be a good idea. No chance, brother. In fact, why not steal some of their maps? They have long lived here in the darkness, and their crude maps may show the way to this mythical forge of yours, as well as being useful to those of us seeking paths that actually exist. Damn, girl. All right. Now, in my memory, the Silvertine Lodes is one of the areas I had the most trouble navigating. We'll see if that's my memory's correct, or maybe it's been cleaned up. Maybe it's simpler now. Maybe I'm just more experienced, having done it a few times. Okay, so let's see where we're going. Might have been the Redhorn Lode. Maybe it's just the loads. You know what? I'm just going to set this one up. I clearly have trouble handling loads. There you go. You're welcome. Let me see. I'm not above a little filthy innuendo. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna be heading south to the Deep Descent. You know what? Let's just can we stable master our way to the Deep Descent?
The shadow of Mordor will not long fill the halls of Khazad-dûm.
We cannot. Okay, that's fine. I was about to do my usual spiel of like maybe I should get there the first time and earn it, just so I can sort of learn the areas a little bit. See him. Okay, so the USB hub is not the problem. At least for this rotating keyboard. I still have, I have a Logitech MX. And the great thing about that is that you can connect to 3 different sources via Bluetooth, I mean, maybe I felt like I was having trouble. Maybe I was just imagining it. Connections to, like, because you can use a dongle for one, and that's going to be the speediest connection. But then felt like the others were Bluetooth, and it felt like it was a little wobbly. But maybe it was just in my head, and it wasn't really. Okay, so we need to get to. I could have gone to the Dolphin View. You know what? Let's get there. I can't like take advantage of constant shortcuts and then complain that I don't know anything. Okay, so I have a feeling I'm gonna have to murder my way through this part of the map. Okay, so that bar filling up was gray. I wonder if that's part of the vocabulary telling you, like, hey, you can't interrupt this, just know that something's coming. Nope, it's not counting these. Okay. It feels like it's correcting, like it corrected to a specific spot. Nope, got that backwards. It looks like, yeah, that's a stack. Maybe I figured that out last time. Let me do a 3, 2. So I wonder if there's like 3 levels to that, and you get them going on your opening. Do damage over time, heal over time, the same. For some reason I thought. Yeah, look at that. I can stack. Okay. Alright, so now is this going to get me through, or is it just going to be a library? It's right there, or right above me. Okay, so how do I get up there? Maybe if I just followed the lanterns that are marking the road. Like a professional. Okay. Okay, we've gotten to Dolven View, which is where we could have fast traveled to. Alright, maybe some of this will stick, who knows. I wonder why
Dwarves must fight for dwarves.
couldn't... Maybe I just missed it or something. It looks like I have unlocked. Okay. I don't think I can get past that, so we might as well lean into it a little. Let's see what he's up to. Collect goblin, because there's a decent chance when I'm killing him I'll probably get the armor scrap, so why not? The make of the goblin armor disturbs me. It's finer than I would have expected them to have, and certainly to make themselves. If the goblins are being supplied with armor and equipment from elsewhere in Khazad-dûm, then I think we have best find out where that source is and remove it. Okay, can't be certain. Okay. What's the other quest? Defeat Gathrock, defeat goblins, and Camille Filik. Again, it's sort of an overlap, so let's hopefully kill two birds with one stone. And let's get going. You have discovered Camille Filik. Oops, it's all backwards. Now, if I were smart, I could switch to like ranged mode and just keep attacking, or I mean, I could have just ran up and hit him, but I think there's ways to, because I think a lot of what you do, and because I don't know how to play this game, a lot of what you do, I think, combo-wise in Melee, I think has similar combos in ranged. And I don't know how to go between the two. So basically, yeah, you become like a ranged attacker. And I think a lot of your stuff just translates over. I need to take that guy out, so let's start with that. All right, so we got the other two done. Just now. Nope, nope. Still worked. Okay. I was gonna say I overshot him, but it still gave me the interrupt. Now, did I miss a map somewhere? Oh, right, 15. So 3 more, and then still 1 more. There we go. All right. Get out of here. All right, hopefully that's the exit that I'm looking for. I'm just randomly smashing buttons like a moron.
The orcs of Moria have much to account for. We will
Let me see.
Khazad-dûm for dying
Deathrock's
Ironfoot.
foe? Not worth it. Shoulder pads, also not worth it, which more... I think the shoulder pads are worth a little more. So we'll take those. Okay, let's just see what else he's got.
We will need your aid against the orcs of Moria.
Use the hidden passage near Stilling. I'll accept it, and then maybe if we're running around... The hidden passage is just near Stilling in the hall near Gamil Alik. You should enter the hidden passage to sneak behind the goblin camp. That could be useful. I just don't know. Oh, there we go. All right, so where's that put us? Oh, okay. Arm the trap and lure Puklor into it. The deadfall trap lies near the goblin camp at Gamil Balik, southeast. Find a deadfall trap and arm it, then lure so-and-so to his death. Okay. Nice. All right.
Durin's folk will defy Durin's bane.
So Puklor lies in a grave of stone. Hopefully that will remind goblins to whom Khazad-dûm truly belongs. I do not care what evil lord supports them. The very bones of Khazad-dûm stand against them. All right. Talk to Fatmar and Descent. Am I going... All right, Brogor is the Chamber of Command. Chamber of the Crossroads. Okay. Deep Descent. How close am I to any of these? Deep Descent's not too far. So let's see if we can make our way back there and then use that as a launching point for... Come on. To fast travel. All right, odds are he's down below. Let's head down there. There we go. Hand this in.
The Lords of Moria have returned.
All right, so our goblin neighbors will likely not trouble us in the future. That is excellent news, Black Lodge. Thank you for helping Stilling at Gamil Filik. So again, this is what I was saying. Like, I like the idea of, like, you have to claw back Khazad-dûm. And these kinds of missions give you that vibe. So far in a way that the main quest has not. And again, I do wish it was somehow possible to make it a little more reactive, so as you claw it back, things unlock, but I know that's probably crazy. Let's see. I'm definitely taking this earring. And I'm going to replace the amethyst earring of determination, I believe, because this one's got better stats. So let's do that. Oh, okay. Let me unload some stuff. There we go.
If Durin's bane lives still, we will destroy it and make of it a standard to terrify our foes.
I'm going to sell that. That's locked. I don't need that. Let's see. Oh, right. I should figure out how to turn in these things for tasks. That's part of what... Let's see if there's a job board or something. I forget what they call it, like the task. Well, if not here, I have at least... I've sold a few things, so at least I can claim the reward for this quest.
The House of Durin will live forever.
And then let's get the... Which earring is it? It's the gold one? So it's the top one. Here we go.
Our resources are resolved to driving the orcs from our halls of old.
So this can be turned in for tasks in a region. I wonder... I imagine that... I wonder if that actually... If this counts as that. My gut says no, because the other one is like, you know, Iron Garrison, Iron
These
whatever.
halls will be great once more.
Where's Brogur? He's in Durin's Way. Why am I struggling to figure out where I need to go? Chamber of the Crossroads. Is that an option? No. So we're down here in the loads. Can we get to Dolven View? Let's do that. Maybe I have one of those task boards here.
The shadow of Mordor will not long fill the halls of Khazad-dûr.
Got 32 of these. Too many requests, slow down. I get it. I get it. Let's try. You know, I've been playing a lot of Dark Souls, as I always do, and one of the things I have to remind myself is that before, like, the remastered editions or whatever, you had to do a lot of things like this one at a time. A little quality of life, yeah, would be able to just like, hey, how many of these do you want to give? Okay. Maybe I've got something I can give to the other guy. Guards. Nope. Stop spinning.
Welcome to
Huh.
Khazad-dûr.
I do. Here we go. So this is probably going to be going up right before Christmas. This will be the last thing we put up before Christmas Day. So hopefully everybody's having a good holiday season, whatever you might celebrate, if anything. It makes it a little tough to get the actual RPG sessions done. I know I've probably said this. One of the reasons why I wanted to do stuff like this is because, one, I love CRPGs. I love Lord of the Rings Online in particular, but all the CRPG stuff. I felt like this channel was an RPG channel and CRPGs count. But it's also easier to record the material. And it's sort of why I always hope that, Matt and Patrick, if there's stuff they want to record and put up on the archives, that they would. Because, yeah, it takes, a little less coordination. Not quite as fun sometimes. Even the solo stuff, it's always more fun when 2 or 3 of us get on. I ran Patrick through, as the time of this recording, it just went up a couple days ago, his first CBR PNK adventure, and it was good. It was fun. It was fun to, that's going to trump playing the, Call of Cthulhu Choose Your Own Adventure thing I started for when I'm solo. But given the holidays, I think that it might be a session or 2 more of Call of Cthulhu coming up, just because we're not all around at the same time over the holidays, so our normal recording night might go by the wayside for a little bit. What's provisioner, healer, mailbox, tasks? That's what I want. Where is that? Just see if I can hand some of this stuff in. Got that one. Let's well, whatever. Get that creepy filth quest. Another creepy filth. Did I not check it? Okay. Okay, so let's see how to hand these in. You know, and let me see how much, I'm not paying attention to the amount of XP I get. Let me, okay, a couple grand. I mean, it's not zero, you know, since I'm out there anyway doing this stuff. I was going to say, does it let you just retake them over and over? Now you get legendary item experience. Again, I think I'm screwing that up because I don't know how to activate it. So I don't think any of my stuff is getting experience, which is bad. Oh, I'm at my limit of tasks? Okay. Well, I need to dump some stuff or else I'm going to lose some of that loot that I can't get into my inventory. So let's go over here. Let's see if there's more we can sell. Don't need. But I do get like why people say, you know, just take them. You know, it's probably like 12,000, 14,000 XP that I just got for running around grabbing stuff anyway. Let's grab that. Task at hand. Complete tasks. What's this? Complete tasks in Middle Earth. Don't need that. Okay.
If Durin's Bane lives still, we will destroy it and make of it a standard to terrify our foes.
Have I not done this? It says you must have completed quest book 1 chapter 1. I feel like I must have because I'm at chapter 6. And then I should be able to give it to the iron. Maybe I just didn't go to the right page. Okay. It's sought by hunters and burglars. I'm going to save that because my other character's a burglar. Okay, let's hang on to that because can hand that in, turn in for tasks in Moria, and I wonder how long I have to wait before I can hand that stuff in. Got more stuff I can... Wow, 73. Okay. Aquamarines. I assume it's... I mean, it's got to be worth it to get your faction connections up. I just never really
The
focused
time
on it
has come
before.
to drive forth the orcs from our kingdom.
So what did that do? I don't know if that doesn't say how much that ups it. Let's see factions. Is there character? Reputation, I guess. So I'm talking to the Iron Garrison miners right there. So let's see what happens. I can't tell if it's moving. Still neutral. And of course you can accelerate if you want to spend money. You can see there the gold coin at the bottom. Did it say what it does? Ups it by 30 points. So maybe that's the... So we're at 6,300. Still 6,300 though. It's not going up. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong. It says items to receive, items to trade. Okay, so I'm giving him worn dwarf carvings. Okay, and I'm getting broken engravings. That's why it's not going up. Okay, so I had it backwards. So now probably I can turn this around. And let's see what's in the shop. Maybe that's how it works. So if I browse the shop.
Halls will be great once more.
This stuff's all for money. Okay, so then what do I do with... Okay, I guess I had a key. What's this? Pair of gloves that are worse than what I have. Okay. I don't know how many keys I have.
The lords of Moria have returned.
91 of these. So what do you do with the worn dwarf carving? That's the question. Oh, I see. Use this item to immediately gain reputation. Oh, I see. Okay. Man, there's so much crap in my inventory, like all the gift crap. Like, I kind of just want to get rid of it all. Like, I mean, whatever that crap I just did, like, who cares? I don't need the money. Okay, so now let me... Character... Reputation... Let's see how this works. What are these for? These are for the Iron Garrison Guards. So that's that one there. So let's try see what happens. Okay, that's ticking away a little bit. Again, I wish... Is there a way to... Wish there was a way to use them all at once. Anyway, I don't need to do this on camera. I can do this off. But okay, so that's good to know how that works. Associated birdcage. I gotta get rid of some of this stuff. Yeah, if they're telling me, then I don't care. Like, I should probably toss so much of this stuff. Like these gifts. It's a cloak. Like, again, a cloak. Like, sure. Okay. Let's sell some of these items that we just grabbed. Or that we just...
The foundries of Khazad-dûm will soon burn brightly once more.
Now, it's saying it disenchants. I should probably do that instead, but... just don't care. See, Tome of the Sophisticated Magpie. Don't care about companions. I know it's probably cold. Medium armor, what is it comparing to? Nope, don't need that. Okay. Get a lockbox key? No. Quest item? Sure. Task limits reached. I can buy more? No. Okay. The Fractured Crystal. Talk to Valgir at the Deep Descent. Where am I? Dolphin View. Where's Deep Descent? Back where I came from. Yeah, let's just do that real quick. Whoops. Since the Stable Master should make it pretty easy, take care of that. I'm sort of losing the thread here of the main quest.
The shadow of Mordor will not long fill the halls of Khazad-dûm.
All right, a worthy find indeed, though I am unclear of where this came from. I know from stories that there were many such crystals stored in a treasury that we are intent on finding. But this could not be such a treasure, as the vault is long forgotten and well hid. It is unlikely that orcs could have found the entrance yet. What if they have? Suddenly, I fear that this discovery is more dire than I had thought. Finish. Let's just see what he's got going on. Okay, Relics of Ages Past. Again, I like the idea of this. You know, the history, the... See, these crystals bear the mark of a great dwarf treasury long forgotten beneath this place. Mithril may well have been the true wealth of Moria, but it was not the only wealth we knew here. There were many riches to be harvested from these mines. Anything that was not mithril was taken to treasuries throughout Moria and stored for safekeeping. Complex puzzles guarded the treasure therein, and now they are well hidden by the ingenuity of the dwarves. I also know that one of our treasuries was recently breached by enemies. Our orders bid us to stay here, surely for our own safety, but I have a good mind to disobey. Alas, I have no more news to share, but feel free to tell Falgir all that I have said. Falgir is right there. He probably heard it.
The shadow of Mordor will
He thinks the
not
vault
fill
is
the halls of
breached, does he? Well,
Khazad-dûm.
then that makes the decision more obvious, if you ask me. Are you still looking for a bit of work?
Stand and speak with me. The fate of Khazad-dûm hangs in the balance.
The fate of Khazad-dûm hangs in the balance. Collect 12 pieces of fabric. We'll hold on to that one. Just stick it in our pocket. Guard task. We don't need tasks. Let's take those off. Okay. And Moria. That's a fellowship quest, so I probably won't get to it, but that's okay too. So we're trying to get to Brogur. Brogur is in the Chamber of Command, which is way up. So let's start making our way. Okay, we want to get to...
Soon to his halls.
Where's Dolven View? That's Dolven View. That's Stern's Threshold. So we want Dolven View, then to the Chamber of the Crossroads. Okay.
The shadow of Mordor will not long fill the halls of Khazad-dûm.
Okay.
These maps do not tell me anything.
I cannot complain about this errand of yours, Black Lodge. You have slain many goblins despite your search for a forge that likely never existed. These crude goblin maps tell me nothing. Sorry, tell me nothing I didn't already know. That goblins are filthy, disgusting creatures, and their maps are worthless. Show them to my cousin Bosi, though. Perhaps he has more patience than I and will tell you something useful. That's not Bosi, is it? No, it's Bori.
My cousin might not see the answer, but I do.
The goblins have made their homes here in the darkness for a long time. These maps might have secrets to show us, however unsavory they seem. Bosi peers at the maps for a long while, and then his face creases into a wide smile. I may have unraveled our riddle, Black Lodge. I do believe that we can discern the location of the Heart of Fire from these maps.
It is very simple, my friend. Let me explain it to you.
The location of Nar Kalab, the Heart of Fire, is on this crude goblin map. Do you not see it? Bosi laughs, clearly enjoying the attention. Let me put it this way, my friend. We know that the door to the Heart of Fire is sealed. Indeed, you discovered the trick to opening it within the word Horde of Durin. But the goblins cannot know this trick. Pages that held the secret were disturbed by only deep claws. If the goblins had found these pages and understood their significance, they would have certainly taken them. We are not looking for a room on this map, Black Lodge. We are looking for a stretch of undisturbed wall behind which such a room could lie hidden. And I have found such a spot. Let me know when you're ready, and together we will travel to this place. Sure.
I have need of your great skill.
The Heart of Fire, the great forging room where Durin's axe was birthed, was lost in ages past. but the discovery of the Way of Smiths would bring fresh hope to those who seek to reclaim the glory of Khazad-dûm.
Okay, I was trying to see where roughly we are, but no luck. All right. I hope this adventure will not be in vain. To find the legendary forges of Nar Kilab would work wonders on the hopes and efforts of my people. The chance that the mithril axe Ziggelberg might lie within, I cannot describe what a boon that would be. Let us proceed, my friend. We are nearing the wall that might very well be hiding the door we seek. But not before we have to murder beetles. Come on. I hope there's more to find here than just Dreadbig. This is the place, Black Lodge. What do you think? If the Heart of Fire actually exists, I believe it must be behind this wall. What were the secret means of opening it that you recovered from Khatub Zahar? Ah, yes, the great blacksmith Ungli desired not to be disturbed, not even by Durin himself, unless by ceremonial gestures of acknowledgement worthy of his station. Okay, you should hail or congratulate or salute him. I hope that we have read the clues right. Okay, so can I do that? Nope. Hail Ungli, I'm typing it out. Did it do it? Okay, go ahead. Hail or congratulate or salute the memory of Ungli. Let's try that again. Hail Ungli. Silver runes glow brightly on the wall of the tunnel. Alright, I will now say the opening words. Bab Kanan Zuhuk. That's Dwarvish for let's fucking go. We have done it. We have found Nar Kilab, the Heart of Fire. Nice. How incredible that this place should lie forgotten for so long. Behold, the mighty forges of Nar Kilab. Quickly, my friend, search 3 forges for signs of Ziggelberg, the mithril axe. Search the forges on the left, center, and right, so we'll start with the left. No sign of Ziggelberg by these forges. Again, I wonder, is it set to always be the last one you check, or is it fixed in location? If it's here. Nope, no here. Not here either. You did not find Ziggelberg? No, do not apologize. No, I was not apologizing. I should have not let my hopes rise so. It has surely been many hundreds of years since the axe beheld the heat of these forges. Let's return to the Chamber of the Crossroads and tell my people that the Heart of Fire has been found. Again, this is... Oh, here we go. That's the idea, right? Like we're reclaiming things. We just reclaim the Heart of Fire. I protected Bosi from... Bosi's got 20... Oh, no, he's got less. I thought he had 20,000 hits, but it's only 2,700. Okay, are we ready to return? Yes, I am.
The dwarves have found the Heart of Fire, the greatest of their lost forges. Though Ziegelberg, the legendary mithril axe, was not found there, the discovery of the forges was itself a great victory. Enheartened by the victory, Broger and his following have moved on to establish a command in the 21st Hall.
The Heart of Fire is ours again, thanks to you.
You have fought bravely and well, as I have come to expect, but more important is this. The secret forges of the Heart of Fire are now at the service of my people. It is a shame that we did not find Ziegelberg itself within the Heart of Fire, but I was wrong to expect it. Only rarely do weapons remain at the place of their making, for it is not their purpose to go forth into the world. Oh, for is it not their purpose to go forth into the world and find glory on the battlefield? Even so, this remains a great victory for my expedition. If you have the proficiency, the forges of Nar Kilab are yours, or at your service, of course. Okay. So let's see, we've got... What are these, boots? Oh, they're way better than... Okay, so these are... What do we got? Medium, it's just medium armor, 84 armor, up from a 58. That's a big bump. Vitality's not a huge bump, but let's see what the other ones are. This is medium armor, agility, vitality, crowd control duration, out of combat run speed. I like that. Does the other one have out of combat run speed? It does. This one's got more evade, which might be useful. Okay, so it's between the Explorer and... got a plus 84 evade. I'll go with this one. It's less, but it's more straightforward. Well, no, this seems to have 25, 15. Vitality's 15. Evade rating. This has got less evade rating. The only thing this is lacking is the yeah, I'll go with the higher evade. This has the higher in-combat power regeneration. That's something I never seem to like run into, so I don't know how big of a deal that is. So I'll go with the higher evade.
My cousin and some other dwarves have gone on to the 21st Hall.
Let's get these bad boys on. Oh, crap. Okay.
My cousin and some other dwarves have gone on to the 21st Hall.
We've had great successes here in Moria already, and Brogur has gone eastward with many of our people seeking the 21st Hall in the royal houses of Durin. I am worried by his haste. Yes, we have achieved a great victory with the discovery of the Heart of Fire, but I fear that Brogur will advance too far and get in over his head. Travel to the Chamber of Leadership off the 21st Hall in Zelem Melek and warn my cousin against this move. 21st Hall. So, yeah, so again, like I was saying, I like the idea of like clawing your way back, but you're going to get to the 21st Hall in a moment and you'll see 21st Hall. Where are we? At the Chamber of the Crossroads. I have a feeling let me just check in with the Stable Master, but I have a feeling
Dwarves must fight for dwarves.
we could just... Okay, so I think what I need to do is... The road there is somewhat straightforward, so let me just, let me see if I can figure it out on my own just to get there. You know, we'll earn this one. Is this the right road? I think it is. Yeah, so 21st Hall is going to be sort of the main, I think it's kind of the main hub of all of Khazad-dûm. Jundubab. Again, continues to, the art direction that makes up this area is just so well done. Zigglenab. Wonder, you know, I mentioned like Lord of the Rings second edition, the One Ring second edition had a Moria book come out. I wonder how much of this stuff would appear in that. 21st Hall West Arch. And again, just so impressive. So, okay. Again, I wish there was a way for this to be more reactive because, as you can see, you know, my cousin just went out there to reclaim 21st Hall, and you can see it's a full city, you know, and
These halls will be great once more.
I feel like,
The shadow of Mordor will not long fill the halls of Khazad-dûm.
no, why is this not?
The shadow of Mordor will not long fill the halls of Khazad-dûm.
It doesn't feel earned, I guess. That's basically what it is. It doesn't feel earned narratively, and I get that. That's not the most important thing. Let's see, base passive skills. It's not the most important thing, and you know, just suspension of disbelief and blah blah blah. But I wish there could have been a way to reclaim it. You know, it sort of makes the case like, what if there was like an open world game made that was more single player or local co-op that could, you know, do some things like that. That would be amazing. That would be a dream come true. I obviously I don't need the MMO part of this game. Sorry, I've scratching my throat. My nose is feel like I'm about to sneeze. Yeah, so, you know, the MMO part of this game I don't really take advantage of. And so it'd be really cool if there was a way that, you know, the game was designed in a way that it could evolve with you. But that's neither here nor there. That's not important. That's just fantasizing. So what I'm trying to see is I know at some point as a warden I can muster in the 21st hall. So I'm trying to find where those mustering skills are. Maybe I don't have it yet. I don't know. So there's warden stances in the fray and assailment. Attack. Oh, they're right there. Okay. What's first aid? I got that. Yeah, so maybe I'll mess with that just to show you how it works. I don't know what I'm doing, but anyway. But yeah, you can see there's like, you know, they moved the whole town here. So let's do this for now.
What can I do for you?
Yeah, I don't know what that is, but
Could I speak with you a moment?
patron of distinction, welcome indeed. I happen to have some items that might enhance your adventures. What are we just sort of looking at? Subscriber town services. Subscribers jug. Yeah. Well, whatever. Talk to her
What can I do
again.
for you?
Okay. Quartermaster who deals in motes of enchantment, traveler's gear. So I know I get motes.
Once there was trade between the dwarves of Moria and the elves.
Let's see. So there's heavy armor. So I've got 4,000 motes from opening boxes. It's going to get me stuff, I guess. Armor light. I need armor medium. Sure. Traveler's armor. Let's try it. Again, all this stuff, like, it just doesn't matter. Just does not matter. What's this? So what I need to do is I need to get a house. Okay. Get to select an item. Is all this worse? Okay, so this is a little better. But the other one's got a higher vitality, which is more important to me. Cloak. Nope. It's all worse. Okay, this one's good. Let's take that. Reinforced, swift, padded, whatever. Okay. Character. There we go. What's this? Okay. But yeah, it's a lot of these like numbers and stuff that I just do not care about.
Welcome. You've come at a most fortuitous time.
Okay. Rotating figments of splendor, just... Here we go. No, that's not who I'm looking for. I'm looking for Brogur. But yeah, it's just the idea that we've gone from we're moving in to start reclaiming it too. Like it's fully everything and it's done. Okay.
This needs doing.
Welcome to the Chamber of Leadership. From here I will lead my people to even greater glory.
I can hardly believe that we are here. This is a joyous day for the dwarves.
I think the thing is that it feels like we've won. Like we already won Moria. Like it's just the cleaning up the riffraff. I think that's why. Yeah, that's why it feels unearned, right? Like we're not reclaiming Moria. It's been reclaimed and now we're just into the gentrifying of it or whatever. The time of the dwarves is truly at hand, Black Lodge. How ludicrous we were to fear that some curse might lie upon Moria after all these years. Had we returned before now, Moria might be thriving already. What's done is done. We are here now, and many of the dwarves of our expedition have ventured forth into deep tunnels, seeking great riches that must surely lie untouched within the caves of Moria. If you come across Rokur or Utrig during their explorations of Zalem Melek, be sure to lend them any assistance they may require. They set out through the southern passage from the 21st Hall, but where they went from there I do not know. Okay. And there you go. That concludes Book 2. We are now into Book 3, Chapter 1. We're going to be heading to... Where are we? 21st Hall. So yeah, we're going to be heading down. This area I always have a lot of trouble with. Whatever this area to the south of the 21st Hall is gives me a lot of... You can see... Maybe I just need to figure out how to read the map, but it's not always abundantly clear, how to navigate that. And then this area, the Red Horn Lode, absolutely puzzles me. I've never cleanly learned how to navigate this area, so we'll see how it goes this time. But yeah, wonder how many books are in Volume 2. I assume it's going to be like 13 or 14 like last time, but we'll go from there. So anyway, yeah, again, this has been Black Lodge Trivia Night. I'm Art. This has been our run through the book quests of Lord of the Rings Online. Of course, we are namely a tabletop RPG actual play podcast. Usually once a week. We try and get one up every Friday. We're usually pretty consistent. The last one to go up as of this recording was one shot with me running Patrick through CBR PNK, Cyberpunk. As I mentioned, this is going to go up right before Christmas. This is the last one I'm recording to go up before Christmas holiday. So I don't know if we're going to have the full group together for the Friday between Christmas and New Year. We'll see if we can get something up, but that might be a little tricky because it's a holiday. But, maybe we can figure it out. Or I'll just keep doing some Call of Cthulhu if I have the time. Otherwise... Yeah, Matt's going to be starting up something. I've been saying Symbarum, but then, he might have pulled wild card bitches. We'll have to see how that goes. I'm trying to get through my spy one. As soon as that's done, whenever that happens, I think Patrick will step up, and he's mentioned potentially Deadlands, Savage Worlds. We'll see if that comes together. We've got Ultima 5 going on my front, alternating with the book quests. Got one session up for that. It was a bit of a disaster, but hopefully the next one will be smoother. Yeah, if you're watching this, you've already found the channel. If you want, like, subscribe. If you prefer audio versions of the actual play podcast and our RPG discussion stuff, just search for Black Lodge Trivia Night wherever you get your podcasts, and we should show up. Otherwise, I hope everyone has a good holiday season if there's nothing up between now and the new year. But if there is, whatever. But yeah, if you celebrate, hopefully you have a great holiday season, great end to 2024. And hopefully a good start to 2025. So thanks again. Appreciate everybody who checks this out. Take care.